A decade ago, a sister came in my office and she asked me a question. She says, Imam, do I have the right to be happy? She was telling me about the difficulty in her life. And now, over a decade later, I like to answer her. Do I have the right to be happy? All of the speakers tonight have said the same thing. I like to just give a little more. I want to go back to the beginning. I want to go back to your creation, and yours, and yours, and yours, and mine, and yours. When we were in the wombs of our mother, Allah sent an angel and told the angel to write 4 things. بِأَرْبَعَ كَلِمَاتٍ. The sustenance, the jobs that we have, the money that we make, the houses that we have. It was written then, not yesterday, not when you graduated from school, not when you first got that job, but it was written right there in the wombs of your mother. In the work that we would do. And how long we would live. And then Allah told the angel to write this word or that word. Sa'idun, shaqiyun. Either we will be happy or miserable. And all that we do must come down to this issue. Nothing else. I don't care how much money you have, how happy you think you are on this earth now, but the reality is, it all boils down to this. You're going to be shaqiyun, you're going to be miserable, or you're going to be sa'id, you're going to be happy. I want to quote a verse from the Quran that sheds light on this world right now. We must begin in Jannah. We must. And Allah will never change the condition of a people until they first change what is within themselves. We must begin right. We must begin in Jannah. We must begin in Fitra. Always, we must begin right. And somewhere along the line, we change because we disobey Allah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فقلنا يا عدم إن هذا عدو لك. All said the same thing. وَلِزَوْجِكَ. And listen to the next word. And Allah, His wisdom is so perfect. فَلَا يُخْرِجَنَّكُمَا مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ فَتَشْقَى. This shaitan is your enemy for you and your wife. So don't let him kick you out of the Jannah, because when he does that, you're going to be miserable. And then he says, إِنَّ لَقَاءَ لَا تَجُوءَ فِيهَا وَلَا تَعْرَى. In it, you will have no hunger or nakedness. Let's stop there. Let's stop there. I'm asking you a question. Do we have hunger in the world? Millions of people die every day because they can't even find bread and water to drink. Bread to eat and water. Millions of people a day, every day on this earth. Why? Because that is the nature of this world right now. The nature of the dunya right now. Nakedness. وَإِنَّكَ لَا تَظْمَأُ فِيهَا وَلَا تَضْحَى. In this Jannah, you're already there. You have what you want. You can drink water. You can drink food, everything. You're not going to be naked. You're going to have gold and silver. But in this world, do we have people thirsty? All the time. You know why? That's the nature of this world. Do I have a right to be? Do I have the right to be happy? 232 years ago, the author of the Declaration of Independence said this: we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And he didn't name happiness. You know why? Because you can't do it. One man said, in fact, it was a woman named Mary, no man chooses evil because it is evil. He only mistakes it for happiness. William Hazlitt said, how little security have we when we trust our happiness in the hands of others. And finally, Eric Hoffer said, the search for happiness is one of the chief sources of unhappiness. Running after something, thinking that you're going to get happiness because you get something in your hand. You will never get happiness. My thesis tonight is that the only real happiness is the happiness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to take a moment to look at our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How can you find true happiness in this dunya when those whom you love will depart? Abdurrahman ibn Auf asked Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, a question, and I would like to ask the same question tonight that he asked. His son Ibrahim radiallahu anh was at the point of death, and I want you to imagine holding your little baby, and the Prophet began to cry. Abdurrahman ibn Auf said, Wa anta, Ya Rasulullah, you too? You crying? Our Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, said, Hiya rahmah, is mercy. And then he said, the eyes may cry and the heart may feel sad, but we never say except that which pleases our Lord. Brothers and sisters, you know what? The only glimpse of happiness in this world. Sheikh Qadri, we were together a few months ago, and I mentioned about my daughter Subhana, that she was getting married. Allah bless her, she got married 2 weeks ago to a man named Luqman, and right now they're in Egypt on their honeymoon. You know what a honeymoon is? And you know why they call it honeymoon? It's from the French. Moon means month. And the French say that when you get married, the sweetest time is the first month. Glimpses of happiness. How often we've been on honeymoons, and the great love between the